Shalom, friend. Well, it's the day after Easter, and life goes on. We continue to move forward, just as Israel moved forward, traveling through the wilderness. As Leviticus 23:15 says, we continue to count 50 days from Passover to Shavuot. And so this evening at sunset, we will count day 5. We're still in the week of Passover, so we're still in the feast of unleavened bread. We're still keeping the leaven out of our homes. We're still working on getting the leaven out of our souls, still getting things out of the way that hold us back from walking in the fruit of the Spirit. The list of the fruit of the Spirit is found in Galatians chapter 5, where the Bible says the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Well, we looked at love, and we asked what keeps us from walking in love. We looked at joy. We asked what keeps us from walking in joy. We looked at the fullness of peace and what keeps us from walking in the fullness of peace. We looked at patience. What keeps us from being patient? Today is the 5th fruit of the Spirit on our way to Shavuot, on the way to Pentecost, on the way to the feast where God gives His Spirit, and the 5th fruit of the Spirit is kindness. Are you a kind person? And what is kindness? Kindness is about how we treat people. Do we treat people kindly? By definition, a kind person is easy to get along with. A kind person does not cause pain in other people, neither intentional pain nor unintentional pain. A kind person is a person who tries to make other people look good, tries to make other people look their best. Do we try to make other people look good? Friend, every time I speak, I ask myself some questions. Did I glorify Jesus? Did I glorify Yeshua enough? Did I make Him look good? But beyond that, did I honor someone who I should honor? Did I make another person look good? Did I take credit for something or that someone else deserves credit for? You see, kind people are considerate people. Are you a considerate person? Are you a kind person? Sometimes we're more interested in making ourselves look good. People are easily puffed up with pride, and the more insecure that we are, the more we tend to puff ourselves up, and that keeps us from actually being a kind person. During Passover, we get the yeast out, we get the leaven out. Yeast puffs up the bread, and when we eat the matzah of Passover, we're reminded to not be so puffed up. So 1 Corinthians 13 is the love chapter. Near the beginning of that chapter, the Bible actually defines love. And the first 2 sentences in the Bible's definition of love are, love is patient, love is kind. Friend, love is patient towards people, and love is kind towards people. Are there things that get in the way of you being a kind person? Does your wife think that you're kind? Does your husband think that you're kind? Do your children think that you're kind? Do the people you work with think that you're kind? Do you seem like a self-serving person? Have you ever known a person who is not kind? I'm sure you have. Then you know that people who are not kind are kind of rotten to be around. So we're counting the Omer for 50 days, and we're faced with the question, are you willing to count the cost of being a kinder person? Are you willing to pay that cost? Well, today is day 5 of counting the Omer, of counting the cost, if you will. And so we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kirtzanu b'mitzotav v'tzivanu al sefarat ha'omer. In English, we start then with this praise, blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has sanctified us with His commandments and commanded us concerning the counting of the Omer. And then we actually fulfill the commandment by saying, Hayom hamish yamim le'omer. Or in English, today is 5 days of the Omer. Friend, you can say it with me, and this is how we fulfill the commandment. It's that simple. Isn't God just so gracious to make it so easy? Today is 5 days of the Omer. Well, God bless you, friend. I hope to see you tomorrow as we continue to count the Omer.